You are welcome to another live training here on EG10. Please, if you can hear me, just type 1 in the chat. Then be sure that you can hear me clearly. If you can hear me, just type 1 on the chat. If you can hear me, type 1 on the chat. Oh, that's nice. I can see that you can hear me. So let's move on with our training for tonight. I'll try to be fast about it, and also I'll try not to be too fast about it, because there are some persons that have messaged me privately and their response was like, "Sir, do you have another video? That the video you sent was so fast that I could not get the knowledge." So I will be fast and also not be fast for others to be able to catch up with what I'm going to teach tonight. All right, let's dive into the training for tonight. So if you were with us last week, you remember that we were working on this character. Last week, we were working with this character from the previous, not last week, the last training video, no, last week. That was this week. Yeah, the last training video, we're working on how to create a work cycle for this character. How to create a work cycle for this character. So we did the designing of the character from the previous video, and then we did the rigging also from our previous video. You can go and watch our previous videos on the Shiny if you haven't watched the video, so that you'll be able to flow with us in this advanced class. So once again, you're welcome. Do well to share to every other persons that you feel will be interesting. We have interest in learning 2D animation, so do well to share with them. All right, quickly before I dive into the training proper like we normally do, I'm just going to show you some few things that you need to take note of while designing the character, so that for those persons that are just joining for the first time, or probably will see this video after the live training for the first time, they will have understanding of how to design characters, because I believe there's 1 or 2 persons here that they are joining for the first time. So quickly, let me just have a breakdown of how I came about designing this character. Then we go to the rigging of the character, and then we'll go to animation proper, which has to do with the work cycle for this training. We'll be focusing on how to create work cycle. Like I promised, I will show you the right way. Yeah, because if you look at this animation, if I play this animation one more time, look at the feet. It's not sliding. The feet is not sliding like some other creators we make. The feet will be sliding. You know, I've seen some videos, and you know, it took me some time to actually discover this, because I also did that also. So quickly, let me just show you how to design the character, and then we'll start with how we can properly rig, and then we'll move on to the next. So also, let me just show you 1 or 2 things before we dive into that. I promised to release my video, like I told you before, on my channel. It's supposed to be out by now, but I had some work to do for some clients. So let me quickly play this video so you see.
If I be dey Benue State, when those guys attack, I for sure dem say I be officer when sabi.
Na so dem dey talk until yawa go gas, dem go come dey corner dey pray.
Ngozi, me sef I tire for dem o.
Na too not serious. Na me una dey underestimate so.
So this is just one of the scene for the animation. This is just one of the scene. So this is one thing I wanted to see, and I'll be dropping this next week on Philly. I'm definitely going to drop it next week. So for those persons that have been waiting for the video to fly, it's going to be dropping next week. Turn on your notification, do it to subscribe, and do it to watch the video. So you can have questions that you ask me, because I'm going to do a breakdown of how I did this animation. Because most persons here, they want to start animating. So I will show you how you can start. I'm going to show you how you can start animating, what you need to do, how to, prepare your characters and the lip syncing and every other thing. We'll still do that training separately, but I'll just do a review. And also, I did a review of the previous video I posted on my YouTube channel, my Oga Goat. I did a review. Some of you have not seen that review of the how I did. It was titled how I did my previous project. It's live on YouTube. It's still live on YouTube till now. So go and check. You will learn one or two from there. Work cycle and other things. Are there advanced lectures, advanced training? They are there. So let's just dive in. If you are still here with me and you're flowing with me, please, can you just drop yes on the chat? Just type yes on the chat. Let me be sure that you're there and you can hear me clearly. Just say yes on the chat. If you can hear me, say yes on the chat. Okay, I had just got 2 yeses. That's enough. More will be coming, I know, but 2 yeses. Let's move on. All right. So, also, let me just show you something. This is a character that I did for somebody sometimes about 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I don't want to say much about these characters, but let me just show you some few things. This is the rig for the character. Let me just, excuse me, let me take this off. All right, let me just show you the rig. Okay, I'm still in 0. Let me go to frame 1. This is the rig for the character. Let me show you the rig of this character. So we have this for the hand. Some persons might decide to, this is for when you're planning to do a massive project, then you can do this. But me, I can just decide to rig my character and then, do body turns instead of doing others, designing the character separately. So I did it for someone, not for my personal project. So this is just the rig for a character. There's the legs. As you can see, the legs, it's looking so nice. The rig I actually took my time to create the rig. So that's one thing you're going to be learning from one that is really into animation. So this is a rig. If I do Control arrow my keyboard, you're going to see that the eyes that you're seeing there is not really high taste. So when you sometimes when you're working with Moho, it appears like that. You'll be thinking that, oh, what you've done is wrong. No, just Control arrow, Control arrow on the keyboard, which is render, right? Let me see. Control arrow. preview. Yeah, that's it, to preview it. So for this one, I did a little head turn. So to match this, now when the head is turned this way, it's looking like this view. You see, so I did a little head turn. So we're also going to be learning head turn and also body turn. You see how smooth it is. How body turn and body bending over and that, and also for the legs that way. So let me show you the last one. Okay, this I also do body turn here. This is just a profile view, just body turn to this side and then body turn to this other side, and then the head also turning to this side. So the head will look like this when it's turned this way. So you see it, but head turn. Okay, and then we've checked the body turn. So that's basically this for the character. And also let me just show you one more character that I did this animation. I did this animation, this should be roughly 4 years ago. Yeah, roughly 4 years ago. That's when I did this animation, when I was learning how to do 360. Because that reminds me, some persons have been on my DM on WhatsApp, asking questions, relating to animation. And somebody was on, I think, one of our previous video. The person was asking, wants to know how to create body turn, 360 body turn. Yeah, that was what the person says on the chat. Yes, I can do that, and it's not coming now, but with time we'll dive into more advanced, how to create 360 like this. This is Bluey. How to create 360 body turn. This is for Bluey, the cartoon that everybody knows. You watch. It's one of my favorite cartoons actually. So I just got inspired then when I was learning how to do body turn. Then I created Bluey 360 angle body turn. So yes, I do that too. I create body turn 360 and that about that. So once again, you're welcome to my live training. This is 16 minutes gone already. So quickly, let's look at a preview on how to design the character. We'll just preview it, just tell you some few tips, some ideas that you need to know, which I believe I always share that in the beginning of my training so that those beginners will be able to flow with me before moving to the advanced lectures. So please, for those persons that are already very good in designing of characters, please bear with them. Bear with those persons that are new into it. Don't rush us, please. Be careful. Don't rush us. Don't rush us. So I come in. There's somebody I need to. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right, let's move on with the character. First of all, let me just quickly design. I'm just going to design just the head of the character. Like I don't design the complete character. I just show you how you can design the character, and then we'll move on to advanced. You apply that same knowledge in designing characters, then we'll move on to advanced immediately, because I believe a lot of persons are waiting for the advanced training. So be patient with us, please. So let me start with introducing the tools. So when you want to draw, this is the tool you use for drawing. Add point tool. Use that for drawing. You just click on the tool, come in here, and this is shortcut. If you come to the tool, you see the shortcut, which is A. Most times I'll be using shortcut. So that is for the drawing of the character. So you just pick. So when you click, you drag and drop. You click, you drag, you drop, you click. So this is what I mean. You click, you drop, you come in here again. It will show you that you've selected, you're about to do something. You're about to add more lines to it. So it will show you this. It will show you this green. You've seen that. So you just click on it again and drag. You go back again, click and drag. You go back. I know for those persons that are not used to softwares like this, it might be a little bit stressful when you start using softwares like this, but don't worry, you will definitely overcome. It takes time. I know how I started. If you check my channel, you'll see my previous videos, the videos I did around is it 2021 or so when I started. you can't compare the videos to today. So it takes time. The more you work, the more you grow into that. So this is how. So when you draw, you click, it clicks. So it creates the shape, a solid shape. This is the shape with the fill and the stroke. So sometimes when you want to draw, if you don't turn on, I believe I didn't say this in the previous video. So even advanced people, take note of what I'm saying now. I'm going to say some new things that I didn't make mention of why I was doing the previous video. So it's a good thing that you're here and you're going to listen to what I'm going to say right now. So this is auto word, this is auto fill, this is auto stroke. What does that mean? Let me explain. So like the word says, auto word, if it gets to the, if you bring it close to, you see it's auto words. If I turn that off now, if I turn off, where is it? It has to be some. Okay, let me turn it off here. If I turn this off now, you see it's not wedding. It's not auto wedding. It's not going to align or click to each other. But if I turn it on, it will click. So why drawing to, you know, when I come into the draw, add points to, now you see it's at this end. When you come into this, it's at this end. So the software has its own way of arranging things. So don't get confused. It's still the same meaning, still the same application. So now we can just move this also and it will auto word. So that's how I drew the head. So let's move on. So I can delete this. And then like I told you, I like drawing above. Then I just turned it off the eye and then I make my adjustment. So I'm not going to do much adjustment to this. Let me just move this to the side and show you how to color it. So let's say we're done with the head and we just click on it. We'll come into this tool. You click on this tool, which is transform point, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, transform point 2. Sometimes I miss the names. So you pick it and you drag it. Let me drag it to the corner and then let me apply the color. Let's say you want to change this color to be same as this. If you open the software, this is how yours will appear. So you just click on this color. It will show you the color picker. This is the color picker. It will show you the color palette. So you just click on it and then you click on the color. First of all, I need to align the shape. When you align this, you come to the feed tool and then you select the feed as the feed area of the tools. Yeah, there's drawing area, there's fill area, there's layer area, and there's workspace areas. I'm talking about the feed area. I'm trying to be fast, that's why I'm mixing words. So I come in here. Probably you can decide to open it, or you can just come in, click on it, and just use the picker here to pick the color, and then that's that about that. I believe you guys can hear me. I believe you can see that my OBS is connected and is reconnecting. I think it's connected now. The network dropped. I don't know what's wrong with the network, but it's going to get better. That's one thing. So you click on it, and when you click on it the first time, you click again. For those people that are new to softwares like this, it happens to most of the software. You just click the first time, it will change. It will highlight the blue, so you can change the name. You can come in, click on it the first time, and then you click on it again. It will change to blue. Then you can call it what you want to call. Let me call it face. Or another way, you double click it, it will bring out this. So you can also name it here. And there are some functions here we'll learn as the training progresses. We'll learn some of the functions here is needed for your work also. Look, you can look at this is blur, this is up. Let's just leave that for now. So this for the fix, and then I can also create another layer. Let me just draw the ear also. And where did that go? Oh, sorry, I went to the timeline. And when you're drawing also, take note, make sure you are in frame 0. Don't be in frame 1. Because once you're already in the frame, and how will you know that you're in frame 0? Look at it here. If you come in here, you see frame. This is frame 0. This is frame 336. So this is frame 0 of 336. That means the total frames here, they are 336. Which if you move it to the end, you'll see it is going to end at 336. So you can also make the adjustments by coming here and making the adjustment of where you want the project to end. So that is one additional knowledge. Even advanced persons that need to know that also. So let's quickly draw for another shape. Let me draw for the other shape. Let me just draw this here. And it will snap. And since I've already applied that color most times, often when you are working on when you're drawing other shapes, it will also come out the way it is. And take note, when you're drawing a shape on when you're drawing, I explained this before, but let me also explain it now. When you're drawing, the first shape that you draw is going to be underneath. That's just it. That's just the principle. The first shape you draw is going to be underneath the recent shape you're drawing. That's why you're seeing this above. If I change the color, let's say I want to change this color to black, and then let me reduce the opacity, and let me put it here to look like a shade for this character. Sorry, I went to click this picker tool. No, if you click the picker tool and you click anywhere you click is where what to apply. So I'm not supposed to use that too. So you see that now this is above, this is beneath. Let me make it solid so that you'll be able to, what I'm about to explain, you'll be able to get it. So let's say you drew like this, or you finish your drawing, it appears like this. So how are you going to, excuse me, how are you going to move this shape to the back of it, like underneath? All you have to do is you click on it and you click down on your keyboard. You know, your keyboard has left, right, up, and down. So when you click on it, it highlights. Most times, sometimes it happened to me. Let me just show you something that happened to me one time. I was looking for I was looking for how to fix it. Sometimes you might not check this, and you'll be seeing this that you've picked. It's not going to show like the way it was showing before. It's going to show like this rectangle that you've. So I like this now. It's going to show this rectangle on this. That means that is what you've picked. But if you want to see your selection, you have to click on checker selection. So when you click on it, it will show like a check. So this is for that, and then it will show this is what I've highlighted. And then when you click down on your keyboard, it comes down. When you click down on this one, it comes down. So you have a lots of shapes. Just click down on the keyboard and then it moves underneath. So that's for that. So now let's quickly go to the eye. I'll just focus on how to draw the eye, and let me just complete the face. So this, I'm going to change it to black and then reduce the opacity. And so now you can also like look at the width of the stroke. You can do it here, you can do it here. So most times I turn off this style layer. So most times I do my update here, but you can also do it here too by just clicking and dragging to the left or right, or you can type it, click on it and then type the figure that you want to appear there. Also, I do that for this. If you look, okay, I'm going to explain that when I have a lot of. So now I can hide. You know, there are some lines that are not here, so I just hide these shapes. And when I hide the shape, I can decide to reduce the width by using this tool. This is your line width. I can reduce the width. I click on it, when you drag to the right, it increases. When you drag to the left, it reduces. So I can reduce this, and then I can also add, let's say I name this my ears. Most times I don't name because I don't have that time, since I can toggle between layers. Most times I don't name the layers. So now let's draw the eye. Please take note of this. I know I said it before, and I will try not to be too fast while saying it now. So now I want to draw the eyes. In the last training, I showed you how to draw the eyes in 2 ways. Right now, I'm just going to show you how to draw the eyes in the current way. The way I draw it now is just what I'm going to be showing you. Please, a second, let me check the network. All right, the network is okay. We'll manage the way it is. So now, okay, now let's draw for the eyes. So now let's draw for the eye. So I want to draw the eye just in one layer. In the previous video, I showed you how to draw the eye in different layers. So this one, I'm just going to show you how to draw it in one layer. So now I've, created open a layer by clicking. Okay, I didn't show that before. When you want to open a layer, you come in here, this plus sign, you see new layer, just click on it, and then you either choose a vector, layer, image sequence, groups, and all that. So let's just focus on the vector since we're creating a layer for the vector. If you click on image, it's going to open like you want to import image in. So you can also import image, into Moho using this method also. So, but now let's just focus on this is what I did, vector, and then it's opened this vector. So because it's a vector program. So now I'll draw the eyes. I'm going to draw the eyes in a different way. Let me draw the eyes just following what is there, but not looking the same. So now I'm just going to change like I told you how to change. You highlight it. Make sure you highlight it first. If you don't highlight, if I decide to just come in here and click and change, and click OK, nothing will Moho won't be able to understand the language I'm speaking. So first of all, you click on it, and then you come in here and change to the color you want. So now I'll draw for that, and then I'll draw another shape. Let me just draw two shapes, because most times, let me draw two shapes. Let me not draw two shapes. Okay, let me make this black, and also let me just draw a reflection and click on it, and then I make this white, and I turn off the stroke, and let me turn it off this for now, so I can reduce this. So it's going to appear like there's a reflection in the eye. Excuse me. So now I want to draw another shape for the eyes. When the eye is closing, I come in here. Is either I come in here, use the speaker, or I come in here and use this speaker. So they are all the same thing. So I come in here also, and then I'm going to make this point, I'm going to make it sharp. Come into curvature tool, and then click on it and drag to your right. And also the same thing, click on it and drag to your right. Or the fastest way you do that is come in here, just click on pick, click on it, come in here, click on pick. If I want to change it to curve, I come in here, click on smooth, and come in here and click on smooth. So I want it to be peak, and also here to be peak. Another way of doing that, quick way that I do now, I want to teach you how to do it. The shortcut, using shortcut, is to click. If I want to make it, sorry, I'm clicking on that. So if I want to make it peak, Control P for peak. If I want to make it smooth, Control M, M for man, like M for man. Control M, then Control P, Control P. So that's for that. So I just adjust the shape. Sorry. Just adjust the shape to, then I copy this one, copy and paste, and then I just move it to underneath. So now I have the eyes, but it's not looking like the way it should. So how am I going to fix that? This is how I do that. So I just come in here, I click on this shape. I like this shape. Holding shift on the keyboard. I like the shape, and also I like just the only shape. Let me just make it. Let me come from the back now. The only shape you're not going to highlight here is this white. That is the only shape you're not highlight. So you highlight this, I like this, I like this, I like this. And then you come into this tool that says clip. Just click on clip. Click on clip. It's going to hide everything inside this one that I didn't click. Everything is hidden here. You see now, if I move it here, it's going to be visible for others. So I've hid it inside that. And why did I do that? I want to do this effect. Let's say I want to close the eyes. This effect, like closing the eyes. I'll close the eyes. But this have to be created with, like, I'm going to rig it to get this done. So now for that, so let's copy again and paste the eye. So after you're done with one eye, you either copy and paste the eye like this. I just copy and paste and drag it this way, or you come in here and then you duplicate the layer. So duplicate the layer is going to be in another layer. So most times I duplicate the layer so that when I'm drawing the nose, I add this vector and then I draw the nose. The nose is going to be here now. Let's say I want to draw a nose for this character. Let me just draw something. Not exactly what I drew before. So this nose is supposed to be above this eye, and this eye is supposed to be above it. So this is the nose. Let's say this is the nose for the character. So I just make my adjustment, I turn off. Oh, sorry. I don't need this. I don't need this. I hide it. I don't need this. Also, I hide it. And then I can reduce the width of this, reduce the width, and also increase this to make it look like. So let's just say this is the nose, and you can make an adjustment when you're done drawing. Maybe you didn't get the shape the way you want it to appear. You can come in here, click on this tool also, and then you just align it to suit what you want to have. So this is for the nose, and then for the character. Then I can also draw for the mouth. Let me just draw one line for the mouth. Oh, let me turn this off so that you can see what I'm drawing. So I just want to draw this line to show that this is the mouth of the character. Then you discover that when I draw this line, there was no stroke. This is just a straight line. Also, let me explain something also quickly. If you're drawing just a straight line, it's not going to show that there's anything. If I turn this off now, I'm not seeing any stroke. So for you to see stroke, the line must be complete in the sense that they must be touching themselves to appear like this, so you can have a shape. Or if is this what you want to do, what you have to do is after you're done drawing the line and there's no shape, you come in here and then you create shape for it. Just alight. Let me alight this first one now, and then I come in here, I click on create shape. It will now create the shape. So now you have stroke for that, and there's no stroke for others one. And also you can also apply that to every other thing. Just click on it, and the other way to apply that too is to make sure you click on it first, and take notes. You have to turn on lasso mode, because if lasso mode is not turned on, if you're trying to alight, it's going to show in square, in the rectangle. It depends on how you drag it, but most times it's going to be square. So it's going to be like this. But if your lasso mode is turned on, you can just alight what you want to alight. So when you're done with that, just go to create shape like I showed you the first time, or you click enter on the keyboard. Once you click enter, it creates the shape. So that's for that. So that's what I want to do here. I click on it and then I click on enter. So let me quickly delete. I don't want that. And then also let me reduce the width and also increase this width of this character. I believe with this we've designed something. So let's quickly just design the ear, and then I think we'll be done. So for this ear that I've designed before, all I have to do is just duplicate it. I'm not going to design again, and look for the face and take it underneath the face. And when I take it underneath the face, I Ctrl A to highlight all, and then I just flip it to the other side and click on this tool to drag it. So this is for the ear. So I've done for this. Sorry, I did the Ctrl Z, that's why I went back. So I just did Ctrl Shift Z to get back to where I want it to be. So now for the air, I can decide to draw my air now, and I can decide to draw. Sorry, you click, you drop, you click, you drop. Don't forget that you click and you drop. So I can just decide to draw the air of the character like this. Don't worry, I'm going to fix that. You can also come and just click on it and drag. So the hair is going to be black. So I've drawn for the hair of this character, and then you can make this point. You can make this a point, Ctrl P, like I told you to Ctrl P, and then you can just decide to do what you want to do. It all depends on what you want, and also make the adjustment to suit what you want. And this ear is supposed to be above, so here's the hair, it's supposed to be above the ear, so it's going to appear this way. So, and also you can change the color of the hair. You can decide to make hair points sharp, sharp, to then guys, now when you go to barbing, when you visit the barbing salon, they always like to have this sharp cord, So most times this is how we like look like for the guys. So this is just a sample of what you can design and create with the software. So if I click on this now, you see I've created a new character, just following the same principle I did creating the previous one. So we're done with this character. Let me not delete it. Let me just look for where it is, and let me just group it. So how did I do that? I just turned it off so that I can be able to tell which is going to be the last one. So I just come to the last layer, click on it, and then hold shift on my keyboard and click on the first one. And now I'm going to right click on my mouse. When I right click, I go to group with selection. So I group with selection, and then you have it as one group. So now I can name this group as a boy, or you can name it as head, because that is actually head, not a complete character. So this is for that. So now let me show you how you rig. So we are done. Okay, let's assume that you are done designing your characters, and now you want to rig your character quickly. Let me show you how you rig your character. And then the last thing we do is walk circle, and then we call it a wonderful weekend, and everybody goes and have fun, you know, stuff like that. So now this is for this character. So quickly, let me duplicate this character because I don't want to affect this. I don't want to affect this character, and bring it up. Then I just move it to the side. So I'm in this character now. I can delete every animation. Let's go to clear animation, clear from layer, clear from document. If you clear from document, you clear everything that you have done in that document. Like everything that I've done from this layer to this layer to this layer, everything here, I'm going to clear all. But I don't want to do that. I want to clear from just this layer. So is going to bring this, do you want to clear? And then I say yes. And then I've cleared for this, but I've cleared for this, and I didn't clear for this. So the work cycle is still there. So the work cycle is just in that character, just that character that is working. This one is not working. So now let me turn this off. And also I can turn this, everything here off. And now let me rig this character. Okay, first of all, I have to delete all the rigs that I've done. No bone. This is a fresh new character. First of all, before I delete the character, the rig, let me just show you the function of what we want to create. I want to create this. Sorry, let me come into so I want to create this. I want to create the body rig. So when you move the bone, you move the body. When you move the bone, it moves. You click move the bone, it moves the body. That I did eye blink. Yeah, the previous one I did eye blink. So somebody asked me also, which I'm going to explain, how do you do flexi binding, layer binding, and point binding? That was the 3 questions the person asked. So quickly, let me show you flexing binding, layer binding, and then point binding. So first of all, let me delete so let me just delete this and start afresh. So now, how do you create bone for the character? What is the principle? How to arrange the bone? So in Moho, let me just say it in words before we go into practicalizing it. In Moho, when you are rigging your character, the first bone you draw is going to be the parent of the next bone. So the next bone you draw will be a child of the first bone you draw, which means the first bone will be controlling the second bone, and the second bone will be controlling itself. That's just a simple explanation. So now I delete this bone also. So that starts with, this will be for all the bones. This will be controlling all the bones. So this will be controlling this. This is the child bone. So this one is going to be a child bone of this one. This one is going to be a child bone of this one, The next bone is going to be the next one immediately, the one that follows. So this also is going to be, this red one will be the child bone of this one showing blue. If you look at this, if you come into this bone, you will see this color is going to change. If you come into this bone, you see this color also will change. So now this is it, and this for the neck, and I want this to be the shoulder. And I'm just going to show rigging of one hand. I'm not going to do the complete. This is 43 minutes already. So let's dive into, I don't spend too much time on this training. 1 hour should be enough or more, just a little bit ahead. So now this and also this. So I'm going to rig this side. You do the rigging for the other side. If you don't understand how I did this rigging, I did a rig also in my previous video. So I'm just going to briefly explain. You go back to previous video, learn. If you don't understand, watch out this one also, and then you add the knowledge together. But I believe you're going to understand, because I believe my training is top notch from review from people that have been under my training, those that have bought my course, and those that are those that are here live having this training just for free now. So now this is okay. Let me quickly show you, like I explained, I'm going to show you flexing binding. So flexing binding is basically the default binding. is the default binding. If I do it here, it's not going to appear too cool because I have a lot of bone strength. So let me just design something quickly and then show you flexi binding. Oh, sorry, let me design with this. Sorry, I want to click on this shape and let me choose this color. What color did I choose? Let me choose this color. And this is the shape. So you can also select the color before you start designing. People do that too. I do that too. You can select the color before you start binding. So let's say this is for this, and this is the hand. Let's just quickly. I just want to show you flexi binding with this one so that you understand better. So and then I convert this to where is it? Bone. That's what I did here already. I've already converted Leo to bone. Initially, it's going to show you like let me show you. Where's the first one I designed? It's going to show you like this. Is it this? No. I designed the head. Okay, it's going to show you like this head. It's not going to show you like it's going to show you like this head. Like it's going to show a head with that. So if you want to apply bones, there's no tool here for bone yet until you come in here, click on add, then go to bone. Then to convert to a bone, you can drag this to be inside. So it's going to be underneath. And then now you can start adding bones to see now the bones. You can add bones. So let me quickly Ctrl Z and get to this level. So let's turn this off. So that's what I did first before adding this bone. So flexing binding also, we turn this on now. Where's the layer? Oh, this is it. So I drag it underneath. And also either you do it that way or you just click on it. It's either you do it that way, or if I go to this head now, right click, just click convert to bone. The quick way, just right click it, convert to bone. It's going to create the layer. Immediately you're converting to bone. But if you want to open a bone first, you have to open then drag it inside. But you can just right click and convert it to bone immediately. It's going to appear like it's already in the layer, the bone layer. So now this eye, I want to, for this, let's turn off Leo. So for this hand, I want to show you flexi binding. So flexi binding is this. I'm reducing the bone strength. This is bone strength. I'm going to leave it the way it is and move the hand so that you see how it's affected. So this is flexi binding. You didn't rig, you didn't bind to anything. It's just going to be the default binding. The default binding of Moho is flexi binding. This is the default binding of Moho without adding anything. But most times it's not going to work. The reason why I didn't do it here is that if I decide to move this bone now, see now the strength, let me reduce all the strength first of all so that it will affect it a little. So if I move this bone, see now it's moving both the body. Okay, I think this bone, the reason why it's not working well is because I have, this is a duplicated bone. So it has already been bound to a bone. The program has understood that it's already bound to a bone. So it's not going to affect it now. But if you don't design your character, once you apply bone, it's going to have strength. Like this is the bone strength. So the bone strength definitely affects the area of coverage. That's just where I can explain it. It affects the area of coverage. So if I have this now and I reduce this, if I click it to the right, I'm increasing the strength. Sometimes it's needed and sometimes it's not needed. I'm going to apply it here. I'm going to show you what you do when you need it. So this is me reducing it, and then it's not going to show too well because I don't have a lot going on here, but I just want to explain this is flexi binding. Quickly also let me dive into point binding. So this is not point binding. This is point binding. So point binding, you click on the bone that you want the point to be bind to first. So when you click the bone, you go to point binding, and when you click on bind point, you select the point. For now, I'm clicking this edge. Once you click the edge, it selects all the points, or you select it manually. You just click this, shift, hold, shift, click this, hold, shift. I can't really get this effectively. That's why I just click this so that it will just pick it for me easily. And also, I also click this bone, and then I bind this point to the bone. So now I have point binding, but I have to arrange this properly, or you create an action for it so that when you move, this is going to appear. So this is point binding. So layer binding has to be in its layer, like the word says layer binding. Let me apply the principle here. I have to delete that or copy it or cut it and paste another layer. So it's going to be in another layer for point binding to layer binding to work. So now you have it. This is for the lower arm and this is for the upper arm. So I just go to the layer, just like it says, go to the layer, and then you go to point layer binding. This is bind layer. Click on it and then choose. If it's this layer, then it should be bind to this bone. If it's this layer, then it should be bind to this bone. So now you have done layer binding. It's going to appear like this also because I need to adjust that. So I've explained layer binding and point binding, and the same principles also you apply to this. This I did point binding because they are in one layer. This is just one layer for the hand. So I just selected the point that I want to be bind. I select it and I bind it, and also I did this. I come in, I select this holding alternate on my keyboard. When you hold alternate, you can click a bone. It will align the bones when you're already in point binding. Alt on the keyboard and you select the bone. So that is what I did. I hold Alt and then I just bind the point, and this is what I have. I've not bind this one, that's why it's not here. Oh, I'm lucky enough to even have it at the edge. I'm lucky enough to have it here. So it's looking almost smooth. So for you to fix that, watch my previous video. Let's dive into walk cycle. Okay, I just had to check the network one more time and to be sure. All right, walk cycle. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, let's do walk cycle. You know me now. I don't like all these things. I don't like this thing on my eyes. So I just had to offer. I don't like seeing my style, especially when I'm done with the project. When I'm done designing the character, I don't like seeing it. So where's my character? I hope I didn't delete it. If I delete it, I'll cry you. So this, turn it off. Who's this? Let's see. Okay, that's Leo. All right, turn this off. There's a lot going on. I feel like I should delete, but it does not really affect my work. So how did I get this guy to work the way he's working? We started last week, but we'll start afresh this week. I believe in 10 minutes I should be done with this, so to just going to round up. If you have any question, please leave it on the chat board right now. Let me see your question. If you have a question, please drop a question. I'm looking for somebody to ask a question today. Yeah, ask a question here. Right, because I know some persons who may private chat me now and start asking questions. Please ask the questions here so that I can answer the question publicly right now. If you have a question, I don't know if there's any question again that I have not checked from. For those persons that want to get the software, DM me. If you want the software, DM me. And for you to DM me, you have to go through the chat group. You have to go to the chat group. I'm there as the admin, and there's also an admin. But if you see CEO EJ2, that is me, reach out to me, and then I'll give you the software. I'll get the software for you. Yeah. So I think that's all the questions. I don't think I'm mixing any question. Sorry about the network. I don't know why my network is. I don't know. After see, it's showing red. Can you imagine? Elon Musk. Okay. All right. Let's dive into walk cycle. Let me confirm this again. All right, let's go. I don't know why the network is dropping. It's dropping. I don't know why. Okay, let me just quickly show this work cycle. I believe you can watch it later. After now, you can also have access to the video. So let's delete everything that is here. And let me show you the way I used to do it. And then I'll show you the way you should do it. So first of all, this is the character. Let me move him here. So it should be here. And then like I was explaining before, that if I want to draw a circle, I like having the floor if I don't have anything going on at the background. If I don't have stuff like this in the background, like this to help me to tell the ground level. Even if I have this sometimes, I still like having my own floor level. Yes. So I just hold the shift on my keyboard, create a line, and then do the same, create another line. And I just select it and change it to that. And then I can increase the stroke. So this is for this leg and this is for the second leg. So let me just move this down a little. So the first pose is what we want to design. Now this is the first pose, and then we'll design the second pose, and then we'll move on. So we've done rigging the character, blah blah blah, and this is for the work cycle. So I have my first pose. Let me move him a little bit forward. Done also. So I have my first pose, and when this leg is back, this hand goes to the front. So I'm using this tool right now. This is the manipulate bone tool. This is what I'm using now for this. And also this I take it to the back, let's say this way, like this from the back, and this also. So this is for the first pose, and I want the eye to be looking at the front. Next video we'll do head turn. This eye to be looking at the front this way, and I can just decide to create the second pose after this is like 15. So after 14 frames, I want to create the second pose. I drag this to the front, and then I drag this to the back. Is second pose. Let me just drag it a little bit further. Then I also do that to the hand, move this to the back. So now I'm not using manipulating bone. I'm not using transform. I like using transform because when you work with transform, you're working with individual bone. But when you're working with manipulating bone, if I'm moving this one, the up is moving. You see now, as I'm moving here, this one is moving. But when I'm using this, when I move this, it's just going to move that particular hand. So let's say I have this now, and then this is what I have. Then I turn on your skin. When you turn it on, it's going to show you check mark on this. So most times you can leave that if that is what you want. If you want to show outline only, but I don't like showing outline. For me, what I prefer doing. So I just move it to when this is going to click and stay on this particular bone. So this should be where I'm going to copy this. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. So I'm copying this last pose to the first pose. Let me turn off this first. So I'm copying this last pose. So we have this character and we have this action going on. So now let's walk. So when we want to do the passing pose. So when the back leg is moving to the front, it passes the front leg. So I want it to go up when it gets to here. I want to go up when it gets to this point actually. So I can just click this and drag it here. So I want it to be at the top, and I want it to maybe come this way. Let's just leave it as that. So you see the leg goes up. Okay, it's not going up very high. Let's just move it up a little, and then I still need to adjust this, move it up. So I have this going on, and also I do that for the second leg. When it's coming to the front, it moves up. Still move it up. Turn on your skin to see where this was, and now a lot of things. So this should be around here. It should be around here. So if I turn this off now, I have this action going on. So let me quickly. I can decide to create the cycle now for this one. So I have this character is about walking, or is walking actually, but it's not appearing the way I want it to, because I want when the passing is coming when he's at the passing this particular point, I want him to move a little bit up. So I come into this bone that controls all. I just move it up. You either do it this way. Most times I don't like moving it this way because I probably might made mistake. So when I click on the bone, I hold shift on my keyboard, control on my keyboard, and then I move up, click up, just click the up. That is that. Then I copy it and paste it here. The same thing to this leg. So I have this now. See, the character is bouncing like up and down motion going on right now. So I can also add squash and stretch. So when it's going up, it's stretch. Let's just quickly do that now. So I've already applied squash and stretch. I've turned on this. You will not have this turned on, so you can turn it on. And then what happens is that when you apply squash, when you apply stretch, it stretches. When you apply squash, it's just like the word. So let me just stretch. Probably might not stretch. So let me just stretch a little. And also it comes down, and then I stretch this a little. So we have squash and stretch going on with the character while he's doing its walk cycle. So we have squash and stretch. So I can turn on this line. I don't need anymore. So have the character moving this way. So I don't like the way the hands are moving because they are moving with the same speed. I don't want that humans, when you walk, your hands don't move with the same speed. One moves first before the other. But now they are moving with same speed. That's not what I want. So how will I achieve that? I just come into this one, because this one should move first, followed by this one. So I want this one to move first. What will I do? I come into this cycle, click on it, have this, and when you create a cycle, it's going to be in frame 2 if you are in frame. If you started in frame 1, it's going to be if it was there I started. Let's say for instance now all this I started here. So the first time I create cycle is going to appear like it's going to always go back to frame 2. So how will I bring it to this frame? Most times I just move this thing moving around the timeline, move it to where I want to be. Then it shows me the frame 40. Then I come here to type 40. So it's going to appear. It's going to start from here. So nothing will happen. It's going to move till it gets to this frame. So let me go back now. So I want this hand now to move later. So I change it to relative. And when I'm done changing it to relative, I click on it and then I drag a 1, 2. And then also this 2. I want them to move later, 1, 2. So I have this going on. All right. Sorry, somebody called me, so I had to just tell the person I'll call back. He's one of my co-animators. So, let's go. So I have this character moving. So this hand is moving too far. I don't want that hand to move too far. So first of all, I'm just going to... I can just make the adjustments here. Let's click on this hand. So this is where it comes to the front. So I can just reduce it should not go too far. Let's say here. Okay. So we have this walk cycle. So you see the character is going up and down. And also you can also add emotion to the head. It's not really necessary, but sometimes I like adding it because I want the head to feel like it's